Welcome to B. Taylor Outdoors. I'm Ben, and today I'm taking a little break from training Belle, and also I'm trying to get rolled over for night shift at work, so I'm up here reloading shot shells. And I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and the reason I started reloading my own shot shells is I started cutting open a lot of factory loads from different manufacturers and just saw huge inconsistencies between the powder, the shot sizes, the weight of the shot size, or the weight of the actual shot itself. So if it said it was a 1 1/4 ounce and you would weigh it, and it wouldn't even be anything close to a 1 1/4. So I just wanted something that was more consistent. I spend a lot of time training dogs. I spend a lot of time scouting ducks. So the one thing that kills the ducks is my shot shells. So I wanted to make sure that that was as good as I could get without paying a huge amount of money. So I'll actually show you on my computer where I get a lot of my supplies and what the cost is. And it's really only about $15 to $16 a box to reload shells, which is not that bad. And I actually know what's going in them, so I feel more confident when I'm out there shooting. So let's dive into the computer, and then we're going to jump into reloading shot shells. Before we get into the computer and start looking at the supplies, one thing you're going to need to pick up before you start reloading is a reload manual. So this is my favorite right here. It's the Reloading Specialties, the Steel Shot Handbook. This is the one. It has almost everything in it you could need or learn from for reloading steel shot. And it also has bismuth loads, tungsten loads, and it uses just about every hull that has ever been manufactured. So you can use Federals, Winchesters, Remingtons, Cheddit hulls. I mean, the list goes on. You can use almost any hull and they'll have a recipe for it. My other favorite one is this Lightning Steel, the 2nd edition. And they may have a 3rd edition out. I bought this 3 or 4 years ago. So let's look at where we can get most of our supplies. This is where I get most of the supplies, which is Ballistic Products. And I'm sorry if the audio isn't very good. I tried to get my microphones to work and they just wouldn't. So go over here to shot shell reloading. And the first thing we're going to look for, first off, let's look at reloading manuals. So Ballistic Products has a bunch of reloading manuals. And where is it? This is a really good one. And you can also get this as a download, so you don't have to actually get them you don't have to have them ship you the manual. You can actually just download it. So this is where I got a lot of the holes. They're actually all of my holes. So 3-inch hole, and got these right here. Now it says that they're out of stock, but you may be able to call them, you may be able to find them on another website where they're in stock. But I just ended up getting the clear, and I bought, I think, almost 1,000 of them when I bought 100. And then I ended up buying 1,000 after doing some pattern testing and stuff like that with different loads. Because I tried a duplex load of like 2s and 4s. I tried a duplex load of 2s and 3s, just 2s, 4s. I tried everything. And the 3s are the ones that actually pattern the best. So the powder, this is the only powder that I know of that is rated for steel shot, and it's the Alliance Steel. That's what most of these reload manuals tell you to use. And you can get it in a 1-pound container that looks like that, or they have a 4-pound container. Where is it? Right here. It doesn't look like that, but it's a lot bigger. It's a 4-pound caddy. And that's actually what I bought. I bought 2 of them. Now remember, when you order the powder, you're going to end up having a surcharge just because it's a quote unquote a hazardous material. So you're going to have to pay that hazmat fee. So I would recommend, if you're going to do anything, buy all of your powder at one time and buy your primers as well. And get whatever primer it is that you need for the recipe that you want to use. So actually the holes I bought they were already primered. And there you go. So like I said, those holes are already primered. So that's what I used. So where I got my shot from is the Precision's Reloading. And I got the zinc plated just so if I had to touch it with my hands or something like that, it would resist rust. Sorry about that, I just dropped my phone. I got the zinc plated steel shot in a 10-pound container, and I think they've changed from when I bought it. They come in like a plastic bottle. Now they come in bags, but as you can see, that's not that bad for 10 pounds. And then when I was using the Reloading Specialties stuff, and I will say, Reloading Specialties is old school. You have to call them to order. So you have to call them, give them your credit card number, stuff like that. So, and they've got shot as well. And this is where I get my wads. The wads, I get a 3-inch split. Or the 3-inch split wads. And I also get the felt primers, because the recipe that I use tells you to use a 1/8 inch felt primer. And I think that is just about it. But once you order your reload manual, then you'll know kind of what to order. And also, these cheddar holes. So if you're looking to reload and want to just test some stuff out, if you go to duckhuntingchat.com and go to the reloading section, let me see. They used to have a good page that told you what a lot of the holes were. And those cheddar holes are, I think the brands that do that or the manufacturers that use that. Yeah, the Shot Shell Reloading Ballistics and Chokes. If you go here, you can, the 3-inch hole information. So this is where I did a lot of my research. And you can scroll through and they've cut open shells and looked at all of them. But the cheddar holes are actually Kent, or actually it's Kent and the heavy metal, heavy steel, anything like that, they use the cheddar hole. So let's get into reloading and I'll show you what we got. So the first thing I do is try to get everything laid out, ready to go, so I can make this as smooth and seamless as possible. I'm going to show you how I load one, and then I'm going to make a bunch more after that. But the first thing I do is make sure that my scale for my powder is calibrated and ready to go. So as you can see, it's right there in line with the 0. This is just a balance beam scale. It's old. This is almost the reloading stuff that I got from my dad when he used to reload shot shells before they banned lead for duck hunting. So that's ready to go. Let's start loading some shells. So my favorite load is the RSI 131. So let me set the scale for what I need it to be, which is right there. Get some powder. And right there, we are right on it. Right on exactly how much we needed. So, since I'm only loading one, and I transferred the powder from that one to this little pan, because it's got this smaller neck down area, so it makes it easier to get the powder in. And then I actually get the wads and I use that 1/8 inch felt spacer. Press down. It's in there good. Now, this is my electronic scale because my balance beam scale won't go high enough for my shot charge. So, do that. See how much we need for so this load is a 1 3/16 ounce. So need to so let's balance that out. Oh, turned it off. Turn it back on. Turn it off because I left this stupid pan on there. Get our shot ready to go. Turn that on. And I use number 3 shot. It patterned the best out of everything that we had. So place the pan on. Zero it out. So we're back down to 0, 0. We're going to put 1 3/16 ounce of shot in here. Went a little over. Probably about 2, maybe 3. Pull out one more just to see what happens. Put one more back in. And there we go. 1 3/16 ounce. There we go. Turn that off real quick. So now in our shot shell, we got our powder, our wad, and our shot. Last thing we have to do is get this sucker crimped and ready to go. So we're going to take and do it's a 6-star crimp, starter crimp. I'll leave it there for a couple of seconds to kind of get some memory in this brand new hole. Then I'll push it over to the other side. Push down. And boom, we got our shot shell. Well, I hope you liked that video. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe. But waterfowl season is approaching quickly, so I'm trying to get some shells done, get ready for waterfowl season. So, thank you again, and remember, their season never ends.